Yo, welcome back to Filthy Frequency. Beats stay dirty and energy stays real, and the EDM community comes first. I'm Creature, based out of Texas.
I am Quax. I'm from Philadelphia right now, and then we got a special guest with us. You wanna introduce yourself?
Yo, I'm Subhumane and I'm based out of Texas as well.
Perfect, perfect. All right, take it away. Take it away, creature.
All right, let's talk motivation and best practices and like what you would do to prepare yourself for a set. Let's say, well, you done already a set, right? Whenever we got you on that tunnel show that one time.
Well, I worked all day before my set. So all day, headphones in, listening to music, listening to sound, understanding the sound, and just really just getting excited for it. Like a lot of the motivation I had was in getting excited for it.
Okay.
I love the energy that is felt during sets, and I love the people that attend the set. I love everything about it. So all day before, a little bit of nervousness too, but
Yeah.
if you're not nervous, you don't care. So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like that's also kind of like why we're here, right? Like starting this podcast, me and Creature have been talking about for what, a year now?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, just about a year now, and I mean, we were thinking about our first episode too, and talking about why we're creating this, and that this is why we have you on here as well. We want to bring on DJs, bring on producers. We want to focus on the underground community as well as mainstream, but bring light to people who are doing great in the scene. And I mean, we have friends from California, which he'll be on the next episode. We have a third host that will come on, and then obviously Creature being from Texas and me being from Philadelphia. We got the whole nation, man. We got the whole nation.
Yes,
but
sir. Yes, sir.
but today's podcast we kind of want to talk about motivation and kind of why we're here. Talking about the community. We'll definitely talk about production, but what motivates you to create, or even like what about this podcast piqued your interest?
the experience. I consider myself pretty new to the scene. I've only been doing this roughly over a year, and by doing this, I mean from pretty much the second I first laid hand on a set of decks.
Okay. So
yeah,
so pretty new
before-
into it. That's nice.
Yeah, just over a year, I'd say. Maybe a little less, but it really who inspired me was all Creature.
Oh,
He got me into it. He taught me everything I know, and it's been a blast learning to do it. It's been a blast growing inside of the scene and getting to know so many different people. I mean, I've met, gosh, so many people that I never would have met otherwise, and I'm very, very glad that I did. And kind of piggybacking off what you said, you got the whole nation. It really shows how the community really like has its reach and doesn't have any boundaries as far as who you can connect with inside of this community.
No, I love that. Yeah, no, and that's what we're kind of wanting to create. I a place where we can talk about tips, tricks, what people are struggling with. And you say you're pretty new to DJing the scene, building up your brand. When you did start, what are some things that you currently had to focus on? Like what when you started was your main focus? Was branding your main focus? Working on your sets. What did you feel like was most important to you, and what worked?
To me, what I focused on, I feel like personally, I focused on all the wrong stuff in the beginning. I wanted everything to be perfect, and I wanted everything to be just like I saw in the videos. And
Yeah.
it took me a long time to realize, hey, that's not really the way to go. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't
Yeah,
have to be like
definitely.
everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Your set is going to be unapologetically you, and it's your extension into music, and it's your experience that you're sharing with other people, and that's what makes your set yours.
Yeah, definitely.
So for me, I fixated on trying to just sound like everybody else. And that's what my problem was I kind of like hard locked myself and learning until again Creature got in my head and he said, dude, just hey, take a step back, breathe, don't focus on this person, don't focus on this person, don't focus on this person, focus on Subhumane and focus on what Subhumane wants to do.
That's
And
awesome.
it was then lack of a better term, he just said, stop caring what other people are doing and saying
Yeah.
and thinking and what their sets are like. Just do what you want to do.
Yeah,
And that's
no,
when I
that's
feel like my
awesome.
growth really kickstarted and my sound refined itself. And really, I guess to kind of go back and answer the question, like I focused on my sound and what I wanted to present myself as when I really did get a good understanding of what it was to be in
Yeah.
this scene.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
man,
absolutely.
it really takes a while, right? What were we talking about, Creature? Like last in the first episode, we were talking about YouTube tutorials and like trying to
Oh yeah.
emulate like
Oh
what
yeah.
other people were doing. And there's so much, it's so saturated, like all the tutorials and the scene's so saturated where it's like you don't know what to follow, right?
Yeah, you have some info that is just credible, and you have some info that is just the absolute worst feedback or any like worst techniques that they're trying to teach
Yeah,
you. And
yeah.
like overall, like you should kind of lock in and focus exactly on why they're doing those things, not exactly, hey, they're doing them, so I should too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're still working on that playlist for people in general. But
Absolutely.
I'm glad that Subhumane talked about it because like it's something that's really big that a lot of DJs don't talk about is like focusing on yourself. And I mean all these YouTube tutorials are like how to sound like Subtronics, how to sound like Sudden Death. It's like the tutorials help, but ultimately it's it's also clouding, your final goal of making your own brand and continuing, I do want to take a step back and kind of talk about you in general, right? Like talk about your production and DJing and kind of how you got started in the first place. I know you said that, you kind of mentioned Creature showing you some things, but what really got you into EDM in general as well?
There's a bit of a deep dive.
Yeah, yeah,
So
deep dive, flashback.
yeah, so I mean, I feel like with the general popular, like everybody else,
Yeah.
I listened to dubstep back when I was in middle school when it
Mm-hmm.
was Skrillex and Nero and Knife Party and all those guys.
Oh, I
And I
love
mean,
Knife
Monster
Party.
Cat, yeah,
Yeah,
Monster Cat
knife.
was
Yeah,
dropping something every few months, and that was my whole iPod at the
yeah,
time. And of course, it ran its course in my life, the short 10 months that I listened to it, and then I kind of grew out of that, going into high school, straight emo. I
yeah,
straight ironed my hair. I
yeah.
I
But it's
listened to
not. It's
Pierce
just
the
a
Veil.
phase. It's just a
it's just
phase.
it's just a phase. But getting into that, I started listening to a lot of heavy metal,
Yeah.
and that's kind of where my I'm gonna call it like my desire to listen to heavy music kind of
Mm.
started because I
Yeah,
started
yeah,
listening to The Art Is Murder, Suicide
yeah,
Silence, Chelsea Grin, and I've always loved heavy,
Excuse me.
hard music. And I spent, God, I don't know, like years not even really
yeah,
listening to any EDM at all. Occasionally letting the old stuff from
yeah,
middle school
yeah.
pop up on my shuffle, but it wasn't until like I'm gonna say February of 2025 that I went to a little production type thing for streaming live
Mm-hmm.
EDM in the community that me and Creature were a part of, that I started hearing the music and what it became today.
Yeah,
And I pretty quickly got like, oh, this is cool as hell. This is
yeah.
super cool. And the people I'm meeting are awesome. And I kind of felt a little out of place, but I still had an appreciation for the music and the way it made me feel.
Mm.
And very quickly, I found myself like, oh, who's Ray Volpe? Let's listen to this guy. Oh, who's,
Yeah, actually,
you know,
I
you
saw
know?
that, you have a lot of inspirations from like Nimda, Excision, and
Oh,
Ray
yeah.
Volp, right? So it's like looking
Yeah.
into you a little bit. It's clear to tell, especially where you come from, listening to heavy metal and like your you know that emo punk phase as
Mhm.
well, right? Like it makes sense. I feel like a lot of dubstep homies are really coming from like heavy metal and stuff like that in general, you know,
And we're
those
proud of
genres.
it. We're
Yeah,
proud
yeah,
of it.
definitely proud of it. I used to listen to like a lot of Rob Zombie and
Oh,
like
I grew
Metallica.
up on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't do that. You can't move into dubstep
Yeah.
without even knowing about that, especially producing it, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
mean, when I first discovered Ray Volpe, I was like, oh, it doesn't get heavier than this. This is heavy. And then I think it was like a month later, I came across Nimda and I was like, oh, wow, I stayed corrected. And when discovering Nimda was kind of when it changed for me because that's when I was like, oh, and this kind of has to do with going back when I was just focusing on myself is
Mhm.
that's who I want to sound like. And then I just kind of fixated on Nimda and then I discovered Perry Wayne and then I
Oh,
discovered,
Perry Wayne is
oh,
awesome. Yeah.
Anyway,
he's
yeah,
a legend.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
hey, fun fact: I stood 3 feet away from Perry Wayne and didn't say anything at all because I was scared.
Oh
Yeah, I
But
remember
man.
that. It was when I opened for him, right?
yeah, you opened for him. That was so awesome.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I
That was
mean,
awesome.
hearing all the sounds and seeing some people I care about being Creature and his other friends that he introduced me to, it really kind of moved me. And man, he was in my head for weeks. He was like, "Get some decks, get a
Hmm.
USB, download some music, and do it." And I was like, I don't know. And then finally
Yeah.
one night, dude, I gotta give this guy props. Finally
Yeah,
one night,
yeah.
I'm out with a homie in downtown where I'm having some drinks, and Creature sends me a listing on Facebook Marketplace. He's like, "You need to get this right now," because it was a
That's
DJ 400.
crazy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
DJ
Yeah.
That's
400
awesome.
for like $190. And I was like, dude, I would go get this right now, but I'm out with a friend. I can't leave.
I'm so
And I,
proud of you, Creature.
dude, shits and
That
giggles. Hey, it gets better. Shits and
no
giggles. I was
way.
like, hey, if I send you the money, will you go get it for me right now? And
Oh,
he's like, yeah.
Yeah,
no
I
way.
drove I drove like 40 minutes to go get him those decks, and yeah, I wanted my homie to feel motivated and
Yeah,
like inspired to go and continue.
that's
And
awesome.
honestly, I'd like to circle back a little bit because we talked about like your influences being Nimda and Excision and Perry Wayne. Would you say that any of those artist influence is what motivates you to stay creative, or what motivates you to stay creative in general when you try to work on your sets or when you sit down and try to produce?
feel like I feel like those artists motivate me creatively, but what motivates me as far as me getting up on my ass and doing it is honestly you. Cause I
Oh
feel
man,
like
I mean,
every
if he's picking up your deck,
I mean, this guy
no,
is like every week
that's
he's like,
crazy.
"You want to hear
Yeah.
this new song?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And I mean, I will never forget. It was Creature's birthday set in the tunnels. I was sitting there, and I was behind him, pretty much videoing his whole set. And I mean, for him, it was just such a seamless experience to be up there on the decks and doing what he was doing, and just kind of riding the energy and putting on such a great show. That really it inspired me to like double down on my efforts and
Hmm.
learning everything. Because at that point, my first show, I was still what I would consider in the phase of actively learning.
Yeah.
And to get up there and do it, like you're never going to learn better than doing it.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I am sorry, but I did kind of had to do that. I kind of threw him into the wolves.
He
I
did. He
kind of
threw
pulled the
me into the
carpet
wolves.
from
I
underneath his feet,
I feel like I do that to a
and
lot of people.
oh yeah, well yeah, especially that's actually
Yeah.
how I learned best. So it's crazy how you bring up that like super high energy experience of the tunnels show. But it doesn't always stay that way. Sometimes things get tough. Like, what would you say? What keeps your fire lit when things get tough? Like, what keeps that energy going for you? Because it's not always going to the party, and it's not always letting steam loose when you play a set. Like, what keeps that fire go?
Yeah, that's a good question. For me, I'm lucky enough to just love just kind of I just pick up the decks and plug in my computer and start mixing, and I have a lot of fun doing that. So I mean, as I'm kind of mixing around and just playing around, because I'm always getting new music, I'm always looking for new songs and looking for song. I mean, I have an hour commute to work every day, so I use that to work and from work as time to get on SoundCloud or Spotify, find random playlists and scroll through the music and favorite what I like and what I think
Yeah.
fits my sound and what I want to play
Oh
around
my
with. And that's
God.
actually
You know
helped
what's
me discover a lot
crazy?
new music.
I do the exact same thing. I drive
I
so
love
far,
that.
so like no, that's literally the exact same thing I do. That's insane.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
helped
yeah.
me grow a
Yeah.
lot because when I first started, I wanted to just play tear out. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to play tear
yeah.
out and heavy dubstep. And Creature knows this, and I've had a talk with him about it before. Like now, I kind of just want to play everything.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that's gonna make me have fun, I want to play. Like,
Yeah.
I want to play some wubs. I want to play trap. I want to play dubstep. I want to
Yeah.
play, I want to play everything. And my most recent mix is kind of a little bit of everything. I mean, there's
Perfect.
starts out tear out, goes into just dubstep. I've got one of Creature songs in there. That's
Yeah, yeah.
Creature's music is very unique. Um,
Oh,
and I mean,
thank
it's
you.
got everything in it. And then it ends off with a Rihanna remix. I mean, I just want to play what I want to play.
Yeah.
And this, I feel like to really answer the question, because I kind of skated around it, but what kind of keeps that fire going for me is definitely just having time to discover new songs and
Yeah.
getting new ideas from that. So, I mean, every day when I work, like I said, I pop in the
Yeah.
headphone and listen on SoundCloud, and hearing a new song
Definitely.
kind of just opens up a whole new door. It's like, oh, what can I do with this sound? And
Yeah.
how can I be creative with that? So,
Yeah, no, I that's awesome. I want to, add on to that because not just like listening while you're driving or doing something, like just listening to different genres. I moved to Philly not too long ago, so it's like a whole scene change for me. And it's so interesting to see what genres are actually popular here compared to like I was over near LA and going through the underground there. So it's so different. It's like all the stuff I wanted to do in LA, everyone was like tear out or rhythm, right? But like coming here, everyone in Philly are like wubs and like they're like wonky. I mean, they do like a lot of bro step and tear out. So
yeah.
I mean, there's house here, but people like their bass here. So it's so interesting to see just how different a scene could be, you know?
Yeah, I can definitely
Yeah.
relate to that. I just moved from Austin, Texas to Fort Worth, Dallas area
Oh yeah,
a
yeah.
month and a half ago. And the scenes, in Austin versus the
Yeah.
DFW area is entirely different. I mean,
Mm,
Austin is so focused on house music, and then you come to Dallas Fort
yeah.
Worth and everything is heavy dubstep, tear out, rhythm.
That's
I mean,
awesome
and
though.
it's only 165 miles apart, and
It's
it's just crazy to
insane.
me. So,
Yeah. That's absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, I just love seeing just how the scenes could be vastly different. But like I mean it's all Plur at the end of the day, It's all the EDM community. It's a lot of similar things, but like definitely the differences in interest. And then like it also shapes you too, right? Because
it
like moving
does.
there like you probably got into more dubstep, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my style being here, I would say has changed a little bit. I've yet to go to any shows or anything like that here,
Yeah.
but I mean, gosh, SoundCloud will show you what's trending near you. And when I listen to it in Austin versus here, it's just like totally different.
Yeah, definitely. Let's continue into a little motivation segment and stuff, especially you being, a newer DJ, a newer producer, getting kind of into this long I mean it's more than a hobby now, right?
Journey. It's a
Journey, yeah,
journey.
yeah. It's to the point where a lot of people turn it into jobs.
Yeah,
And I and
absolutely.
and I mean I love it, but like how do you stay motivated on this long project of yours or your brand? Because I know there's tons of people who are just like over the brand, over what they're doing. How do you stay motivated with Subhumane in general? What you do, um, how do you do that?
I dream.
Oh,
I dream
okay,
pretty big. You know,
okay,
There you
I
go. There
okay.
you go.
constantly have this thought, and this might be just a little bit of me being like autistic in a way, I guess. But like in the car when I'm listening to music, I kind of just pretend that
Yeah, yeah.
even though I didn't make the song, I pretend that I did. And I'm like, man, I can just imagine there's thousands of people. I'm playing Lost Lands 2027 or whatever. And this is my crowd and it's my show. And for me, the excitement of that being a possibility, depending on my drive and my creativity and what I create,
Yeah.
is enough for me. And I mean, I would probably shit bricks if someone ever called me about playing Lost Lands or EDC or you name it, but I do it, and I still probably would be like, all right, what's next?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I love that because you always have to strive for what is next. You can't be content with what you got and stuff. Because like if you're just shooting for something lower, right? You're not gonna get far. You want to shoot for as far as you can go and beyond that. Um, but like. But on the small scale, like obviously while you're going and I mean, we're all working to play to want to play at like Lost Lands or something. But while you're working on your brand and creativity kind of like dips, what brings you back to your higher motivated self? What brings you back to working on the Subhumane brand?
Right, like, let's
I
just say
guess.
you got off work and it was a long day. Your creativity is just drained, but you want to work on your project.
I mean, for me, I'm blessed to kind of have it as a way of therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from the minute I get to work and when I'm that moment I start to feel drained, I just kind of look forward to getting home and mixing a little bit. And
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess my motivation lies in, hey, this is how I'm gonna feel better. So I'm gonna do it. As well as that, I have to credit my friends and the people I've met on this journey because they really do help me stay motivated by encouraging me to learn and to continue to grow. And I don't have a lot of content out. I've got two mixes on SoundCloud, but the people
Mm-hmm.
I have that have listened to that have given me incredible feedback and I know are being honest, and
Yeah,
it just makes me feel good and makes me want to
that's
continue to
good.
make. It makes me want to continue to create and make new mixes and drop new stuff. Just kind of having that as a version of my own therapy and getting. I'm a big words of affirmation guy, big
That's
verbal
good. Yeah.
validation. So having all that for me is what keeps me going. As far as the smaller answer.
Ah, man. So I kind of want to follow up with a little bit. So it often feels like you are by yourself doing this project, and it often feels like you are digging yourself a hole and trying to get yourself out of it. How in any way has the community or the people that you look up to like supported your growth?
I mean, look at the comments of my mixes. Everybody is very uplifting, and no one is looking for your mistakes at the end of the day. That's the biggest thing I can tell to anybody who might be newer than me. And I'm pretty new, but something I learned that has made me feel a lot better about being okay with making mistakes is no one's looking for your mistakes.
True, true.
Everyone is always going to be looking to uplift you and make you feel better. So at the end of it, like seeing the comments and hearing the thoughts of people and just kind of getting, for lack of a better term, the praise of people who are only looking for creativity is just,
Mm.
that's everything to me.
Okay, okay. I mean, we're talking about, creativity, people in general, support. I mean, I want to touch on a couple things and also get your opinion on it because on this podcast, I also want to bring up news in general with the music industry and like something in the music industry that's big is Swedish House Mafia's label and demo uh, is making it easier for submissions, for rising producers and like creative models. And then like Fender is rebranding Studio One. So so
Oh,
that's going to be
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, and they're going to have like AI assisted features, but I don't know how I feel about the AI assisted features. But at the same time, I mean that's going to bring a whole new wave of producers and stuff that
Absolutely.
might have might have better mixes with support. It's some way of like
Right.
getting people in there, but like
Well,
obviously with AI, I have no idea how I feel about it. But in
but
general, they're new tools, right?
yeah, well,
And
bringing up AI, I really like kind of where you're going with this. For example, when there's a bunch of new plugins that come out with a bunch of AI assisted, like mastering, mixing, and even AI MIDI generators, are the new tools
yeah,
making better producers or just more options?
yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like it's just more options. In my opinion, because there's still a craft with everything. What do you think, Subhumane?
I think as long as you're not taking the need for I don't want to necessarily use the word talent, but as long as people still have their own platform to create something that they're like goodness, that's a difficult question in my opinion. As long as you're not taking away someone's unique creativity and adding AI to just do
Mm-hmm.
everything for them, I feel like artists will still be artists and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are still gonna release music and people are still gonna listen to it.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it's the same whole like rabbit hole of like some producer would just buy tons of plugins. So, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a producer that buys tons of plugins, but like
Right.
it's not necessarily like you know what you're doing with them, right? It's like I'll buy some experimental plugins, but I don't know what the hell they do. I mean, I every plugin is either like a version of a compressor, or clipper, or whatever, multi-band, and they all do pretty similar things. They just look very different. But like, it is more options really going to help producers learn faster, right? I feel like it could be more confusing in some sense as well.
it's either going
Uh,
to help or overwhelm them.
yeah,
Uh,
it's
Absolutely.
overwhelming. In some cases, I know a lot of people will suggest just using stock plugins at the beginning, right? Because I mean that's really all you need. That I feel like
Yeah.
the longer I've produced, the less plugins I actually use.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's insane to think about.
Yeah. I
But
mean, when I
like,
first, oh,
yeah.
go ahead. Right.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But like picking plugins for workflow, right? Like Subhumane, when you make songs or when you like you mix, right? You have specific plugins. I have specific plugins that I use. And is there any that you pick specifically for workflow?
well, I haven't actually started my journey in producing yet. That is
Okay,
going to come
okay.
very soon.
All right,
But as
all right.
far as like mixing, I probably use the most raw version of Record Box you can find.
Okay, all
Um,
right.
I had gotten to a friend's place to practice before my first show, and I had kind of just done. And I'm not going to take Creature out of this. Creature taught me how to do everything the correct way, hotkey. I mean everything. But the way that just
That's
worked better
crazy.
for me is memorizing the songs and memorizing
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the waves is where.
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, I just know where to transition or where to double or
Yeah,
where
yeah.
what I need to do where. And I mean, I'm this was Javi Poppy got it. And he was just, "Where's your hotkeys? Where's?" I was like, "Dude, you're just gonna have to do what I."
No, I feel
That's
like
awesome.
it's good to learn that way too. I feel like there's a lot of DJs who actually don't know how to beat match. And
Right.
it's like if you I was talking to someone about it at a underground, and we had an idea where people will bring like disposable USBs, put whatever on there, put it in a bucket, and DJs play like USB roulette, right? And that will really test who's who and who can actually beat match and like and DJ without hotkeys or whatever, or like whatever is on there, right? I mean, some people might troll, but like it's really, I feel like it's really important to learn the fundamentals first. Uh, and then like I mean with hot cues, with memory cues, looping, FX in general, I feel like the more that you mess with that is after the fundamentals, you know, you got those down. And then, I mean, you could do the fancy things later, right? It's what's the acronym, creature? The KISS acronym?
Oh man, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta keep it simple. You gotta keep it simple, right? You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, I have to agree with that because I mean, I feel like when I remember my first show, I feel like I
Mm.
wasn't doing enough on the decks, and I felt kind of silly up there. Like I had everything ready for myself, and I knew what needed to happen and where. Because I mean, I had gone over this set, gosh, probably 50 times in the course of a week,
Okay.
just to make sure it was exactly like I said. I was hyper fixating on being perfect when I first started out.
Yeah, yeah,
But I wanted it to be exactly what I wanted it to be. And I mean everything was just laid out exactly how I needed it to. I mean, if you go back
definitely.
and listen to my first set in SoundCloud, Ascension,
Hmm.
there's not a single hot cue used in that entire set. I mean,
Okay,
I just
that's good.
transitioned where I felt like it needed to happen, and luckily, I guess it worked out because when
Yeah,
I heard everyone's feedback, they told me it was great, and I was over the moon about. I mean,
yeah, that's
literally,
awesome.
I was like hyperventilating at work the next day, seeing everybody's reaction to it. Um, but overall, like keep it simple, stupid. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I still mix on the DDJ 400. I don't have another set of decks.
yeah.
I have a small laptop that I work on, and
Okay.
I don't want to overcomplicate it and do too much. Because at the end of the day, like I'm not Skrillex. That guy works wonders
I'm not
on
Fred
some
again. Yeah,
CDJs.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, you see that. You've seen that
Yeah,
clip of
yeah.
him and I think it's Fred again. He's
It
next
is,
to,
yeah. And
and
he
in a matter of like 3 seconds, he does the craziest transition, spin out to me,
yeah,
and it's just so perfect. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna take me another 25 years of around the clock
yeah,
learning. But that's the goal, right? Like everybody wants to get to that level, but
yeah.
at the end of the day, like I'm sure hit the first few years of his career was probably doing the same thing, keeping it simple, taking it
Yeah,
one day at a
yeah.
time, and he's mastered it.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
No,
yep,
it's awesome. It's awesome.
awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Ah, man. So I do kind of want to move on and maybe talk a little bit about branding and social media content. Like starting out, how did you build a consistent brand as an artist, and what social media platforms really helped you?
Yeah, I this is bad on me. I only have an Instagram and a TikTok right now. Um, Instagram has really helped me stay connected with those around me in the community as far as who's local. Um, I mean, gosh, my DMs are just tons of other artists and people
That's
that have
good.
come to shows, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
really just building relationships, having just all
Yeah.
around. Like I haven't really put a lot of focus on my brand
Yeah.
because I mean, for me, like I love doing this and it's so much fun. But at the end of the day, it's a hobby and I love to do it. But mainly, like I
Yeah.
remember being excited for getting my first logo. I was sitting right next to Creature when I bought it.
Yeah,
You know, I
well, what do you mean you haven't done too much for your brand? I mean, I feel like, you know, you starting out doing as well as you have. I mean, we know of you as well as like, I mean, I've seen your Instagram and TikTok is that all you do? You don't do Twitch or
no,
no?
I do want to transition to
Oh,
Twitch
okay,
and
okay.
get into that. I just right now
Yeah, yeah.
I've been more focused on getting what's in front of me done and learning to produce before I step
Yeah,
into any
yeah.
of that. Because
That's the
Yeah.
next step.
if I don't ever get to the point where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be go DJ full time and make money for playing show.
Yeah.
Hey, Twitch will pay me to do that though. You know what I
That
mean?
I mean
So
that's true, but like I feel like majority of the music industry like have to have second jobs too, you know? It's one of those things where like people don't really talk about. Like a lot of DJs in general have day jobs, you know?
yep.
It's just something that you have to do. You got your 9 to 5 as well as, you know, the night where where you're playing at the clubs, right? And
Yeah.
it's just how it is. It's just how it is. So it's like I mean, there are definitely different ways to, stay monetized and stuff. And we'll be adding more tips about monetization and stuff as we go through our own careers and find our own tips to share with you with the audience and whoever's listening on the podcast. Um, but I branding and social media is something big for us in general as artists. And like I know you're only on Instagram and TikTok, but like keeping everything consistent is, like a really big suggestion even for anyone starting out, and it is hard, trust me. Like what creature, we want social media managers, but we got no money to pay them. Got no
Right?
money to
Yeah,
pay
true.
them. We have to do everything, and as a DJ you got
Yeah.
to be like a marketer, social media manager, right? You got to be a PR
Promoter.
promoter,
It's a
PR.
9-person crew in
Yeah,
one
yeah,
body.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
really
pretty much.
depends. It really depends. I mean, sometimes you got homies to help you out, but like, it really is all about relationship building because like if I'm ever struggling in one specific task, I'll text up a homie, like I suck at like graphic design, right? I'll text someone that I know that's better at graphic design. It's always good to, ask for help. I know I struggle with it a lot. Um, but getting over that is always very important.
Hey, every hump is
Yeah,
jumpable.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. And I mean, okay, so I know you haven't done too much, but what content formats are you actually looking forward to doing? Because I mean, in the future, you say you're doing production, or you're gonna grind that production. Are you gonna do like clips of you producing? Maybe try doing like little DJ tutorials or like production tutorials where while you're explaining it, it's helping you understand the information better. What do you got?
Yeah, yeah. I've put some thought into it, and Creature has used a lot of. There's a guy named Odd Prophet, and he's a tear out artist, and he
you,
posts
you
some
said that so
fan.
casually. There's just this guy named Odd
There's
Prophet.
just
Yeah,
this
Yeah,
guy.
he's just some guy.
that's crazy.
But no, he Odd Prophet is huge. I listen to him all the time.
Yeah,
He's been I've played him in a few sets, and I think his type of content, man, you could call him a producer, but the dude's genuinely funny and
hmm,
really makes learning from him like entertaining rather than
yeah,
just like kind of like sitting in a class. Like I've watched tons of people on YouTube where I'm like, oh, I'm sitting in a class right now. Like this is boring. And then
yeah,
you watch Odd Profit and I can't even focus on what he's teaching me because I'm wheezing.
yeah.
But I think that would be something super fun to get into and to just kind of share what I know because like God, as much joy as this brings me, why would I not want to share it with other people so that they can experience the same thing?
Yeah, definitely. I
So,
I feel like it's important. I mean, that would be one way to, build brands or even like learn. The more I teach people, the more I feel like I'm learning too, because then each person you got to explain it in a different way sometimes, so it just makes that learning process just so much better. I mean, you said that you're DJing, you're learning your production. I mean, I'll definitely be, watching your journey through your social medias, definitely.
hell yeah, appreciate that, man.
Yeah, yeah. And for the podcast, uh we're doing a mix at the end. It's separate from the actual talk show, but I mean, we'll be wanting you to submit a mix for it'll be the following week that it'll be released. So
Yeah, I can do
this
that.
week you do a mix for us. We'll put it on because I mean, uh, who knows? We'll probably have you back on the show to see your progression as well later. You know?
Hell yeah. I feel like every time I mix, I get a little bit better.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Okay, well, we'll have to document this then, yeah, because it'll be
right.
now and then later, right? That'll be
That's the
sick.
road to glory. It's the road to glory.
Yeah, yeah. The subhumane arc. That's insane. Okay, okay. Well, now let's talk about the community, right? You're a DJ. You've had to experience a lot of scenes, a lot of different communities. Creature, I want your input and what you've gone through as well. Um, but like, you know, let's talk about plur moments first, right? What's something happened to you in the EDM community that you just won't forget?
That's actually insane that you say that. And the first thing that popped into my head was actually when I released Bloodthirst, and
Mm.
man, I thought that song was everything. I thought it was the new Excision, bro. Like I was so hyped over that song. And my one of my best friends, Natrium, he ended up bringing me on stage at a club downtown Austin and
Mm.
introduced me and
Yeah,
played my song.
that's
And
a good
that
feeling.
honestly, man, like it's an amazing feeling. It was probably like the most plur I've ever felt because like he wasn't like a friend. We were just merely acquaintances at a time, but
Yeah,
he respected me and my craft so much to dedicate, 3 minutes out of his set to showcase my song. Like
yeah.
that made me feel so special. It made me feel so like involved in the community. It was really a truly special moment for me. How about you, Subhumane?
Yeah, very similar experience for me. This was at your birthday show, and towards the end of your set, you had gotten on the mic and you said, who wants to hear my best friend Subhumane play a few songs?" And
Oh,
this was my second appearance ever, and no one there other than my circle had heard
yeah.
of me. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. They were screaming, and I was like,
Hell
"What?
yeah.
What the fuck?" Excuse my French, but I was like, "What?"
It's okay. I'll
And
bleep that later. Keep going.
perfect. I was like, "What is going on here?" And then I literally heard this one dude. I'll never forget this guy. I hope he listens, and I hope you remember doing this. But he literally yells, "I love you, Supplement," and I'm like, "Dude, you've never heard of me. Shut up." And I got on and I played a couple songs, and it was cool too because Creature had a pretty big crowd going,
Oh,
and
nice.
I jumped in right when I would say it was at its peak, and I'm eternally grateful for the opportunity to do so. And that really, for me, like seeing everyone just moving and the smiles and turning around and seeing Creature smile and Creature dancing with me, and oh goodness, I can't even. I'm getting like goosebumps just thinking about it. It was a surreal moment, and hearing Creature say my name on the microphone, that was like a
Hmm.
this is real type moment. Like
Yeah,
this is happening, and I'm plugging in my USB right now, and I'm scrolling through my music and I'm sweating, and but it doesn't matter because I'm about to press play, and this is going to be awesome, and it was.
that's
And
amazing.
I'll tell you what, the like 4 5 songs I played felt like I was up there for an hour, but
Oh yeah,
uh,
that's the
just
best
everybody
feeling.
there. Oh, everybody there was incredible, and people were so kind. And no, I think I hugged like 40 people after that.
That's
It was
awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
that was a very good night. That was a very good night. So, like, we've had a lot of artists during that tunnel show, and I kind of want to talk about the community and artists some more. How can some artists give back to their local EDM communities? How have you noticed, like, what would they do in the underground communities to give back to their community?
That's a pretty powerful question, and there's someone I want to shout out if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to shout out. There's a DJ based out of Austin named Natrium, and
Oh, yes, yes,
I
yes.
feel like he gives so much to the community and to people around him, and he believes so much in people around him.
Did he
I mean,
submit?
I hope he did.
I'm sure I could talk to him and get him to submit. He's a very busy person. He's a
He
store
is.
manager and he juggles all of this. And on top of that, on top of juggling all of that, he hosts a lot of shows for us here in
Yeah.
Austin that are free admission, by the way. So he doesn't make any money off it. He just does it out of the goodness of his
Oh,
own heart.
nice. I
And
think
he
I
Yeah,
gives,
follow him. I don't
yeah,
remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Natrium is incredible, and he does so much, and he's taught me a lot, and he's believed in
That's
me.
awesome.
I would say, if I'm gonna split credit, if I had to, I'd love to give all the credit to both of them. But if I had to split credit, it would be for Natrium and Creature because
Mm.
you know when Natrium created his Legacy Collective, I was very, very lucky enough to have been invited into it. I think like 4 days after I released my first mix. And don't get me wrong, the imposter syndrome was crazy,
Yeah.
but no, that guy believed in me, and Creature believed in me. So I feel like having Natrium in the community and seeing what he does and getting the people recognition that they deserve, and him fighting for people to get the recognition they deserve and the opportunities they deserve, is setting a really good example for artists who have the ability to reach that many people. So I feel like people should really strive to have the heart that
Yeah.
Natrium does for the people he cares about. And when I say people he cares about, I mean that's literally everyone that he not even meets,
Yeah.
everyone that he sees in his vicinity. He loves them with all of his heart, and that's just such an incredible person.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love that. I mean that's one of the reasons why we want to start this podcast too. You know, just help as many people in the EDM community in general. I mean, we haven't we kind of said it, but we also have like vendors
Mhm.
submitting too. Vendors, venue owners,
Vendors,
managers,
photographers, yes, sir.
photographers. Yeah, so it's not just artists that we're gonna have on this podcast. We want to talk with the EDM community in general, right? Because like we don't want to exclude anyone. We want to keep the scene open, like literally the door open to everyone. And I mean supporting other artists is such a big part of it. I mean, obviously you'll get the people that are pretty clicky, but like in general, I really love the just how open everyone is, that everyone wants to help each other. It's nice and welcoming, like at least the community that I've experienced. Even coming here to Philly, I was talking to some promoters, and some people were just like, yeah, we love putting on new acts and people that, I mean, I had just moved here, and I was getting shows. So it was like it was nice to feel welcome in a place that I've just never been, right? So it's good to have that community and that mindset to help people bring back to the community in general, right? And I mean I love that you're going through that with Creature and everything, and that you've had a good experience. It's good. It's good.
The experience has been
Yeah.
unreal. And I mean, this, I'm going to look, if this is just a period of my life where this is something I do for a few years, I'll be in my 80s and look back to it as some of the best moments of my
Yeah.
life. And that's for certain.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's awesome, but we are here to continue to encourage you to continue, because I mean we're gonna want
yeah,
you back
absolutely.
so we can get this so we can actually see what you've improved from last time, right? Because like I don't want to just have a one-off podcast uh with a interviewee. Like we're looking for like long term, see kind of like how you've progressed since then, right? So
Yeah,
I
you're gonna come
mean,
back and you're gonna be all like, "Oh, Kowalski, status report."
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
uh
well, I've done this and done that, but
yeah, yeah. I love that.
yeah, well, I look forward to the next time. It's exciting to
Yeah.
be a part of it, and
Yep.
it's exciting to do this. Like, yeah, when Creature told me about it, I was like, no, I'm signing up.
No, that's awesome. I know it's insane to see how many people actually submitted.
Yeah, we are going through a little bit of a mental meltdown because like we are
Mental.
booked. We are booked, man, for
we
a fat minute.
we got 10 months worth of
Yeah.
submissions already. So we had our own little mental crash out, but we're here grinding. We're working on this brand and project, and we're here for the long road. But yeah, I mean, we don't have too much time left. Is there anything else that you want to ask, Creature?
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. So I kind of want to reiterate back to all those submissions. If you have submitted an application, and check your email and book your time with us, please. We are waiting for some responses.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And leave a review. Let us know if you want background music because we have no idea if we're going to do that yet.
Yeah, I mean,
But
this whole
yeah, yeah,
podcast is, we're here to take feedback on that just as well as our music, because at the end of the day, we want you guys to listen to it and we want you guys to have a good
yeah,
time while listening to it.
yeah. I wish I can attach live mixes to the end of this, but it'll have to be a separate link just because of copyright issues. But I mean, is there anything else you would like to ask Subhumane though? Before I mean, we still got like 10 minutes.
Let's see. So, I want to check and see what are some myths that you have experienced in the EDM scene that you believe are myths but are not quite sure of at the moment.
Ah, that's a good one.
Oh, well, going into it, I was a little intimidated because I wasn't entirely sure of the type of people I was going to meet,
Hmm.
and maybe this was kind of, I'll call this a myth that I proved wrong, but I've been to tons of different concerts in my life, and they've all been different genres. I've seen country bands play at Billy Bob's in Fort Worth. I've seen Chelsea Grin play downtown in Austin. I've seen Everclear at the HEB Center in Cedar Park. I mean, these are all just different communities gathering around, and for some reason, I was psyched out about going to my first show because I wasn't too sure of the community. And I don't know why, but I based it a lot off of like the heavy metal shows that I went to because that's an intimidating crowd. It's a bunch
Yeah.
of big, scary looking dudes covered in tattoos. And, at the end of the day, those guys are probably the biggest sweethearts you'll ever meet in your life. But I just wasn't too sure about the kind of people that were coming to the shows. But it kind of goes to everybody is like the people you meet at raves are probably best friend material. Like
Absolutely.
you
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
make better friends than people at raves. Like, I mean, there's like traditions built at raves, and like
Yeah.
you don't really see that kind of stuff anywhere. I mean, I loved seeing the Lost Lands cop just lose his mind. I loved seeing all the posts of the
Yeah.
police officers rooted up all over their uniforms. I love seeing people exchange candy,
Yeah.
and when they meet, you never shake someone's hand at a at a,
Oh
at a rave. You're
no,
gonna
Oh,
give
it's
them the
no.
always
biggest
hug.
hug.
Dude, the candy though,
So,
amazing. You know what? I know it's a little past, but like I've had one crazy plur moment, I was playing a show in like this underground it was a mechanic shop. And while I was playing, some random dude I'm pretty sure I know in the moment I was playing, so it was hard, but like came up and traded candy with me while I was mixing, and it was the craziest thing. I still have it. It was like a
that sounds like a
orange, like
dream.
it
That
was
sounds like a dream.
crazy. I was like, and then like obviously after I had to like rush to hit my like transition, but like it was insane. And like
Worth it.
we went
Worth
through
it.
the whole peace, love, and respect
That's
and
awesome.
unity tradition right there. Yeah, I think I had some pictures, a video of it. It's in one of my promos. But like it was such a moment that I was just like, did that just happen? Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
people have told me, the people you meet at raves are gonna be the weirdest people you've ever met. And I'm like, oh no. And then I go and meet them like I'm like, hell yeah, they're the weirdest people I ever met. And I love that. Like,
Yep. I mean, I'm
in
weird.
Austin, yeah, we're all
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
We're all weird. I mean, we listen to microwave noises for fun. We are
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
weird.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, it's at least a blender. It's at least a blender.
Blender,
Yeah, blender music.
microwave, airplane noises, trains, whatever you want to
Airplane
call it.
noises is crazy.
But I mean, like at the end of the day, like yeah, these people are weird. But hey, I'm an Austin local. I was raised in
Yeah.
Austin, and something really big about Austin is we say keep Austin weird because it wouldn't be cool if it wasn't weird. So I
Okay.
mean, as far as that, that's like a myth I've debunked myself. Is well, people are right. Yes, the people at raves are weird, but you're
Yeah.
gonna love the kind of weird that they
Oh
are.
yeah,
Like
100%.
these are the people. Like I would honestly trust anybody at a rave with my life, and I know that's probably stretching it because I'm sure there are some people who've had bad experience at raves. But
Yeah, yeah.
as far as my experience goes, these people are great people, and don't let anyone outside of the EDM community tell you otherwise. Because I mean, chances are they're being more judgmental than the people at the rave community will ever be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy how like everybody always says it's like, oh, you can't go to a rave without taking a lot of drugs. And I've noticed going to a lot of raves here in Austin that like you sure meet some people that are inebriated, but you also meet majority of people that are just sober, that have just had like maybe a
Yeah.
drink or two and that are just there for the community.
Hey, me
And
included.
Mm-hmm,
I'm a sober
mm-hmm.
DJ,
Nice.
and I
No,
still
yeah,
have fun
yeah.
doing it.
I
yeah,
really believe in
absolutely.
that, honestly. Like I tell a lot of people, if I'm playing a set, I won't drink, Like I'll take it as like it's a job. I'm there to perform kind
Well,
of thing. It's like
that's
a
awesome.
professional thing for me. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously everyone's got their own like do what you want.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you, but like it's like if I mess up because I had too much to drink or whatever, it's on me kind of thing. So I would feel bad for like the audience to have to kind of witness that, it's like
No,
damn,
100%.
yeah,
100%.
Noise
There were a
on
couple,
the speakers, and you'll be
there
fine.
yeah,
were
yeah.
there were a couple of times, where we were at the afters and like I was just sitting down and I could have swore, man, I think the DJ that was playing at the time was like on and like
Oh,
it sounded like gibberish music and like everybody is just looking at each other like what's happening?
yeah. I'll have to bleep that,
Oh,
right?
don't bleep that. You can okay,
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Wait, just say it like 5 times in a row.
yeah. I mean,
I
overall,
was ready.
though,
That's crazy.
I mean, the experience is there, and if there's someone watching who just happened to come across this podcast who is not a part of the EDM community
Hmm.
and it does not listen to EDM, I would highly encourage you to at least give it a shot. Because for me, like I said before, February of 2025, it is now January of 2026. I didn't really listen to a lot of EDM, and I listened to mainly hip hop, country music, and some rock and roll. And I still do listen to all that stuff now, but this for me has changed my life for the better. If I had one thing to say, it would be to just don't keep a door closed that might have like rainbows and unicorns and gold and a fountain of youth made of Mountain Dew in there, because I promise you, you're gonna want to go in there. And for me, that's what getting into this community and listening to this music has done for me. It's really changed my life for the better, and as it really has introduced me to some of the most incredible people I've ever met. And I've created relationships that I literally will die to protect with these people. And if I would have never, stuck my foot in the water there and heeded what Creature was telling me, then I probably would have never met these people and never would have experienced these things and never would have had this passion and been this happy of a person. So, like I said, if you don't listen to EDM and you're just kind of got this podcast on in the background while you do homework, I would encourage you to hop on SoundCloud or Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon, whatever you listen to, and just listen to something. Give it a shot because it will change your life, and I think you'll enjoy it.
All right,
Absolutely.
all right. We're ending it there. That was beautiful. That was
That was
that
absolutely
was great. That
beautiful.
was a good close. You know what? Oh man, you wanna close it out? That
No,
subhumane.
yeah,
That was
yeah, for
beautiful.
sure.
All right, take it
That
away,
was
creature.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
So
great.
here is where we're gonna transition to the live mix. We've talked through motivation, production, branding, community, and now we're gonna have a live mix from Subhumane. Stay filthy and catch us over on YouTube for the mix.
Ah.